What's up, guys? Welcome back to Maestro Vapes. Today we're looking at the Mako Addy. This one's made by Beyond Vape, and it's a pretty cool little Addy, man. It's made out of stainless steel. It's funky, and you know what? It's a 3-post Addy, and it's slick like Rick with a big DZ. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you why. I don't want to talk about the price and get off the hop with the price, but the thing is, $32.99 at Beyond Vape. All right? 33 bucks for an atomizer. And honestly, if I got this thing and somebody gave it to me and I didn't know what the price was and I had to guess, I'd be guessing, oh, it's probably about 65 bucks, 70 bucks, something like that, and I'd still be happy with it. But it's 33 bucks. Here in Canada, you end up paying 39 bucks for it. And that's a stellar deal too, man. So it's fucking cheap as shit. And I'm super happy with it. I'm stoked. I've been trying to put builds in it and just murder this thing. But I can't, you know? And the juice well in it is deep. Like, I take the top off this thing, and the juice well's like 4 millimeters deep, if I'm correct, man. And it is just a beast of an Addy. And I think I say it a little bit later, but if this Addy was out like a year ago when I was drilling all of my atomizers out, this would be my favorite thing. Like, I'd be so happy with it, okay? I can't say enough good stuff about it. Now, I got this thing about 3 weeks ago, and I've been vaping it and trying to murder it, and I can't. Like, I can't kill it. Now, the Mako War came out probably a few days after I got this, and the Mako War has larger posts or larger airflow holes in it, and the center post is different material, and I think it's got a gold-plated pin in it. I could be wrong, but that one looks pretty beast as well, man. Good job. Kudos. I tip my hat to Beyond Vape on this one. All right, let's go in. We'll take a look at it, take it down to bits, throw a build in it, wick it, and we'll come back, chat a little more about it. All right? Let's go in. All right, so here it is up close, the Mako in all of its glory in its box. It's got the www.beyondvape on there, and your serial number, and that is the little box it comes in, all right? Opening it up, top comes off, and you're greeted with your atomizer, okay? This thing does come with some extra O-rings, although there was no screws in mine. So, I don't know. I guess you don't get screws. Maybe some do. I don't know. All right? It comes with a drip tip as well, and the drip tip's nice and stubby and short on this guy, but it is a little bit restrictive. Let me pop it out of here. All right, so if you look into it, it's got a tiny little hole that kind of pounds into there, but it does kind of cyclone out. All right, so picture it kind of like a pencil, like a sharpened pencil would sit in there, and that's the way it's kind of bored out of there. All right, so it does taper down, cyclone out, and the flavor is decent using this drip tip, but it is a little bit restrictive, okay? So keep that in mind. O-ring on here, little green guy working here. Set that guy aside, all right? Now, bottom of it, it just says Beyond, got the Beyond Vape logo on it, as well as a serial number, all right? The pin in this thing is stainless steel. One problem I've been having is there's a little bit of black marking to it, you know, and that's just a little bit of arcing that I had on this guy. Not a big deal, but it is there, all right? Top of this thing, I didn't put the top cap on all the way. There's a little bit of a gap where my fingernail is here because I just washed it and it's super tight, all right? Open this thing up if I can, all right? Now, top cap here, it's got a little bit of conical shape to it, but it's almost flat. Pretty much flat, and it has 3 slots for your airflow control. All right, now you could run this dual coil or single coil mode. All right, now it's a little bit sharp. It's not brutal. The machining is pretty much you know, brilliant everywhere else, but on the airflow control, it's a little bit sharp. It's almost like these were slots that got drilled into here and then it got cut after the fact, and it's got like a little bit of the curve that comes down into the flat spot of the Cyclops that's still there. But overall, it's pretty awesome. One single O-ring holds this thing in place. Polished stainless. Now, outside of this guy, polished stainless steel as well. Cyclops slots on this thing, and it is 2mm by 6.5mm slots in this. All right, let's take the sleeve off of here. 2 O-rings secure this sleeve on there, and you're greeted with this deck. All right, now the deck reminds me a little bit of the tugboat, just the way the orientation of the posts are, the juice well, although you don't really have to scoop your coils into it as much as the tugboat. The post holes are a little bit higher. All right, the post holes can hold a bit of wire in them. They're fair-sized post holes, and the screws on this thing are actually pretty nice. Like for an atomizer that's just over 30 bucks, it's awesome. Like, you can't go wrong with this. If this thing was out like a year ago when I was drilling holes into all of my top caps, this would have been my favorite thing, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Generous size post holes in this thing. You can fit a lot of builds in here, a lot of different wire configurations. Juice well is nice and deep. Like, it is nice and deep. Machining's good. Now, it's got this insulator in here, and I looked at it, and first inspection, I just thought, I am going to melt that thing immediately. But I've been vaping this thing for about 3 weeks now, and I've had no problems with it. No problems at all. Now, one of these posts was a little cocked when I got it, but I did manage to take a set of pliers and just squeeze it and pop it into place. All right? But one of these posts was slightly cocked. I think it was this one, actually, because it still is a little bit. All right? But for the price, this thing is awesome, you know, and the laser engraving is decent. There's no sharp, jagged bits on the Cyclops. It's pretty decent, man. Very, very decent. Good job. Beyond Vape is doing things. Right here, it just sits up, butts up against your top cap. Or sorry, that butts up against your deck. And you're groovy. All right? So your deck sits on here, butts up against that little ledge in there, and your airflow control is set. All right? Now, the airflow is going to be pretty much dead on. All right? So when you get this thing, you build your coils into the post holes, and pretty much where you sit that coil initially is where the airflow hits. Like, it's a very user-friendly. I dig this thing a lot. Now, a couple of other cool things is, you know, you could use chuff tops with it. I've got a Tobe top cap. I could put the Tobe top cap on here. You know, they marry well. And I've been actually running it with a Tobe 2.5 top cap. And this heat fin on the bottom, which comes from the Aeolus that I just reviewed. So you can kind of outfit this. It's pretty funky, man, for a $33 US priced atty. Like, it's pretty cool, man. Chuff tops and all. Put everything on here. All right. What do you say we build this thing? Let's do that. I think that's pretty cool, man. Let's build it. I got to find something to build this thing on. I don't know why. I just like building on the 26650 Ember. It is just the coolest thing. It's so stable. Like, I just dig it so much. So let's do that. Now, what build should we put in this thing? I'm kind of torn here, man. I'm going to back out these screws. Just a hair. Just to get some wire in there. I think we could do something a little nutty. You know what? What are we going to do? Let's do a royal wire build, because I got some royal wire that I haven't used for a while. This is 22 gauge royal. And then we'll wick it with cotton bacon. I think, would be nice, man. All right, so where does this thing go? Okay, I just pull out a piece, like a whole wrap, and then go to town with it. All right, now with the post holes the way they are, I'm going to be able to put 2 pieces of 22 gauge in there easily. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Get rid of the rest of that wire there. So I'm going to clip this. Wow, I'm going to bring a mess of wires over here. Clip this guy in half, just like that. And we're going to wrap this on one of my favorites, man. Just 2.4 mil. Gotta love it. Just gotta love it. And I don't know, with the airflow, the way that it is, I think we could do 5 wraps or 6. That's 5 right there. Let's do 6. You know what? Let's do 6, and it's going to work really nice, all right? Now, I'm just going to grab this leg, give it a bit of a tug. Then that loop, I'm going to push that in. Booyaka. Drag that over. There we go. Nice coil right there, right? This guy, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go for 6, right? First one, lock down. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th, right? End up with that ugly one. You can bring that back, put an extra one in, but I just dig doing it this way, you know? It's just my ritual, I guess. And I push that thing in, then I can get rid of the slack right here. Boom. And we're in place, man. Simple. All right? Simple build. Simple, simple build. Okay, now I'm going to take that through the center post. Find the center hole there. Perfect. All right. And then I like to kind of situate it where I think it's going to be decent. Find my screwdriver. I'm going to tighten up that negative on this side. There we are. Okay. Now with this positive lead, I'm just going to pull it over just a bit, okay, to allow us to bring our other coil in there. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be good right there. Okay, longer leg goes in the middle. Just going to put it right parallel here. Just right parallel. Find that negative. Find that negative. Bring that in. All right. I'm going to dial it like pretty much exactly the same distance as the other coil. Like I want my legs to be identical, man. Those leads coming off, exact same length, you know, exact same length. If I could measure them out and be like, okay, it's 2 mil every time or whatever, I would. But to get a vernier out to do shit like that is kind of ridiculous, right? All right, so I got my legs sitting right beside each other, parallel to one another in there. And that's going to make a nice coil. Now we're going to be able to center this a little bit because I left those coils out. All right. With these legs, I just start clipping, man. Start clipping. I don't know why. Usually I just cut the negatives first. I guess I could just pick a side and do the side, but I don't know, man. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. Just bring that one over, and that gives me enough little bit of distance here away from the other coil that I can snip it without interfering with that other coil, right? Same thing here, just bring that over, and I can snip that one. Let's get in nice and tight. There it is, man. Perfect every time. Wow, moving the camera. Now, what I'm gonna do here is just center these coils a bit. Boom, put my fingernail in there just to hold that one. I don't want it to go all super janked out, you know? I also don't want to push it too far that it starts taking that out and leaving a big gap in there, you know? Same thing here. I'm just going to push that in. And that's looking good, man. Very good. It's not perfectly centered, but it's close, and you can fit enough cotton on either side. all right? What did I say we were going to wick with? Cotton bacon, right? You know what? Let's check the resistance. See how this thing's working out. Okay? Now the height of this thing, just the way that I built it, that negative leg comes straight out. That's where your airflow is just going to hit it perfectly. Just perfectly, man. Okay? So this is going to sit here and just bam, blow right onto those coils. Like there's no adjustment with this. I really, really dig this thing. Very user-friendly. Okay? Boom. What's our res? 0.18. Okay? 0.18. Really nice resistance. You could vape this on a mech, and the airflow is going to be able to keep up with it really, really well. All right. Let's give it a dry fire. And we'll get these coils just seated. Now, we don't have to pinch these up a ton, but just get them glowing nice and even. All right. And then we'll wick it up with some bacon de coton. Royal wire. It is going to collapse on you if you let it. All right. So you got to be careful. Just going to make sure that nothing's kicking out the sides. These outside wraps don't have a big gap in them to give you a burnt, crappy taste or anything like that. A little squeeze. Keep them all together. Really, that's all I want to do with this thing. Okay. Bam. That one's got that little tiny bit of a high spot. Bring that in. My battery's barely even making with this thing here. Oh, that's not good. Back that out. Okay, gonna get a good contact now. Boom. It's pretty close, man. There it is. Bam. Check my screws one last time. Just to make sure nothing's moved around. Oh, that one moved around. Good thing we checked that, man. That's firing pretty nice and even. All right. Where's the back on? Kevin back on? No, Coton back on. Coton back on. I feel like I'm from New Orleans, you know. I talk with a bit of a Cajun draw, you know. Sorry to anybody from like Louisiana who's just like, dude, shut up, man. All right, I'm gonna peel off a piece here. Cotton bacon's weird. Like, it looks like there's like bits of tobacco on it and shit sometimes, man. I don't even know what that is. All right, so I'm gonna peel off a nice healthy piece here. Get rid of the rest of this. Okay. Now for the diameter, I'm gonna eyeball this a bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of this off, man. Just a little bit. All right, that should be enough. Not too much though. Okay. Then I get it sitting nice and even. Give it a bit of a roll. Nice and light, man. Nice and light. Just rolling this one way, not back and forth. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And we're set. Just rip that in half. Okay. My cat's trying to jump on my lap. It's like the big cat too, like the 17-pound cat. Not a good time, buddy. Not a good time. After Danielson. After. All right. Just going to pull that in. Pulling on the right side that I'm drawing into. Find a nice even spot where it's not too tight, not too loose. Oh yeah, that's beauty. Back it up a bit. Cotton fills that coil just beautifully. Get this one going. And we are good, man. We are good to vape this thing soon. This is like the best part of building, when you're like super close and you can almost taste it. You know what I mean? And you just know that the build you've got going on is going to work well. You know? It's like the toughest thing of building sometimes is just getting an atty and finding out what works the best. Oh yeah, right there. Right there, buddy. I'm going to back that up just a hair. And then I'm going to clip off the excess. Now, the juice channel's pretty deep, man. So you can go a little bit outside of the deck on this. I go maybe like 2 mils outside of the deck. And then I can sit my cotton into there really well. Like a lot of times I'll go right to the lip of the deck. This one you can go a little bit further out. Okay. Now I just start tucking this stuff in here. Okay. Let's get that in. Just sit it onto the floor of the deck. Oh yeah, that's going to be beautiful, man. These nice little puffs. Nice and airy. Sit them in there. Okay. Now your airflow can just work. It can work through the cotton and around the cotton and underneath your coil. You know, you just don't want to choke out your coil, you know? And that's why I think wicking this way is really important. Nice and fluffy. Get it in there just the way that it's going to work, you know? Trying to utilize the coil for just everything you can. Utilize your atty for everything you can get out of it. I dig that, man. That's like the reason why I shoot these videos. It's just kind of getting the best out of what you got, you know? Tuck that in there. Ooh, just sitting there, buddy. It's gonna be good, huh? Now I sound like French Canadian. Well, I guess that's kind of close, right? I just kind of move anything out from under the coil, so it's just going to vape super good, all right? Now this one's a little bit puffy. Kind of push that in a bit more. Not killing it, though. Not killing it, man. A little bit of a flow underneath there. And this thing's going to vape pretty stellar, dude. What are we going to put on here? Oh, man, where's my own juice? Where's my juice? Am I blind or there just isn't any? I'm going to juice this bad boy up with some custard I got going on here. This custard that I made. Let's get this going. Soak that in. Beautiful. Beauty, man. My cat is freaking out right now. Absorb that into the coils. All right. There we go. Let's have a vape and see if the cat chills out. All right. All right. It's getting foggy up in this piece, man. The Mako works. And I just put, the 22 gauge build in it. 22 gauge build. And it's hammering out. I've done a bunch of 20 gauge nichrome builds in it. I've done parallel builds in it and Tiger builds in it. I did a Clapton build in it. I actually had a spiral build in this just before this build. And I was like so sad to take it out, but I was like, I gotta show everybody what it looks like, you know? So you can see those 2mm post holes in it. You could see the deck a little bit better. Now, like you saw, building it is easy. It's so nice to build. It's really easy to build, man. And for a lot of other atomizers in this price range, or atomizers that are clones and stuff like that, I kill the insulator all the time. And that's what I thought would happen with this thing. And I tried. Like, I really tried to murder this thing, and I haven't been able to, okay? I did an 18 gauge build in this, and although the airflow doesn't suit that build really well, it's far too hot. You just can't produce the right airflow for it. It didn't kill the insulator. Like, it didn't kill the insulator. So I'm super stoked with it. The one weird thing that I had is on the bottom of the 510 pin, had that little black kind of arc spot on it. I don't know if that was just a mod that I was using or if it had like a little high-low spot in it or something like that. But it was there, you know? But you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with this atomizer. I would suggest this one to anyone. Like, if you were just getting into dripping, like a lot of people used to ask me, like, what atty should I get? What mod should I get? I'm getting into dripping and max. Like, I would definitely recommend the Mako. Price point, usability, it's just so user-friendly. It's a pleasure to build it. It's really easy to maintain. It's just a 3-piece atty that works, man. And kudos, tipping my hat to Beyond Vape on this one. And my friends at Dash Vapes for carrying it in stock in Canada. I'm super stoked about that, you know? The Cyclops slot is what, 2 mil by 6.5 millimeters? I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. But the Mako War has a little bit bigger an airflow on it, and I think that one would be pretty beast too, man. Super stoked. Been digging vape in this one a lot. Just wicking at everything. It reminds me a lot of my tugboat deck for some reason, and I love my tugboat. So anyway, that's it for me, man. That is seriously it for me. Hopefully you guys dug the video. Hopefully you found it helpful, or you got a cool tip from it or something. You know, if you didn't, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll try and do it next time, all right? All right, guys, like I always say, butt out, vape up, and breathe easy. Know your limits and vape within it. And you, right there, are going to have a stellar day, all right? I'll catch you on the next one. Me and the Mako are going to have a vape and cut on out of here, all right? Check you later. I always say dumb shit like that. Check you later. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one, all right? One more, man.